Hey guys, it's Erica Galinas with the Mike McCady Group at Century 21 Affiliated here for our weekly market update. This week we will be talking about Schererville, Indiana, and have the numbers for the month ending of May. Interesting things going on in Schererville, most of it having to do with their condo and townhome availability, but we'll kind of talk about that as we run through the numbers. Okay, so for the month ending May 2021, we sold 30 units of real estate for a total of $7.7 million. The average price was $258,867 with average days on market of 8 days. Looking back at April, month end in April, we sold 31 units of real estate, but for a total volume of $10.6 million. So as you can see, there is a big difference in that average price. The average sales price in April was $342,000 with days on market 21. So it was on the market a little longer, but it sold for almost $83,000 more than our average sales price in May, which sounds terrible, but it's not. And that's what I want to talk about. So in May, what we sold there, like I said, 30 units total. 18 of those were condos and townhouses in Schererville. Now, there's some new construction townhomes kind of by Pine Island, just south of 30 there, and what is that, Burr Street. Those are listed average of, where are they at? In between $275,000 and $400,000 for these brand new townhome units in Schererville. But most of the townhome activity in Schererville is not new construction. They are selling for an average, so single family average right now is $397,000. For a condo unit or townhouse in Schererville, again, minus those new construction ones, the average price is $207,000. So looking at the May numbers, again, we had 30 sales versus 31, but a drop in price of almost $83,000. 18 of those were these condo and townhouse units, which means only 12 were single family. So only 12 were selling this average of about $397,000, and 18 of them were selling at this, $207,000. This is unique for Schererville. There are not, certainly towns around us have duplexes and townhomes and certainly new construction townhomes in St. John and Dyer, but really Schererville is the only market in our area, at least that I cover, that has this kind of older condo and townhouse setup. There's tons of stuff, the Jordan Circle listings, there's the stuff over like New Orleans Street and stuff just north of 30. There's the little section off Wood Hollow, that's all Schererville. There is for the market, again, more condos in Schererville than anywhere else. And honestly, they're selling like hotcakes. And I looked into that a little bit more. So I'm just, So in the towns I cover, St. John, Dyer, Munster, Crown Point, all of those different areas, we have seen across the board houses prices just skyrocketing, in terms of new construction with lumber costs and things like that. Just basically this listing crisis I keep talking about week after week. Schererville and these condos in Schererville are pretty much the only properties you are going to find in Mid-Lake County, we'll just say Mid-Lake County, that are less than, $250,000, in some cases $300,000. So they are selling like crazy, and they are selling very well. One of the things that I want to keep an eye on as we go forward, I'm going to talk about active listings and stuff like that, is that a number of these condos are selling for less than $150,000. And they're fine. They're solid. I mean, it's a condo community, which usually those are maintained very well, but they're dated inside. Somebody bought this 20 years ago, lived in it for 20 years, and now for whatever reason, they don't live there anymore. So, there's been no new paint, and the carpet's kind of grubby, and the bathrooms are yucky. I'm going to keep a very close eye on this to see if we end up with some kind of flipping done in these buildings. Now, some HOAs have regulations against it and things like that, but most of them don't. I would be not surprised, but a little dismayed if we end up seeing a lot of these condos being flipped, because the issue is not that, real estate is going up and, these houses are in better condition, but if we lose this group of homes, this type of real estate in Mid-Lake County that costs less than, $300,000, we're going to be in an awfully bad position in our area in terms of house affordability. Because again, this isn't a matter of, all these rich people are moving into town and it's going to be great. It's a matter of there not being enough houses for people to buy. So regular average buyers with good credit and regular jobs can't actually even enter into the market. And if we lose these condos, then it's going to be even worse for everybody, which I know it sounds like that should be good news, but it's really not good news, because even if you're settled in now, you're going to want to sell and then buy at some point. And eventually, at that last step of the buy, these market conditions are going to really screw you up. So keeping an eye then on active listings in Schererville. So again, this is all of Schererville, all different kinds of houses. There are only 26 active listings in Schererville right now. Of that 26, there's 5 new construction, and that is actually those townhomes that I had talked about over by Pine Island, that new construction. The listings have an average price of $373,000. Now I discounted, there's like 4 of them that are over $1 million. I talk about these every month. You know, they haven't really gone anywhere. They're still on the market. So we're leaving those $1 million homes aside. So that gives us an average price of about $373,000. Average days on market, 35 days, which is not necessarily an indication of the market slowing down. It's just that the houses that are out there are undesirable in some way, whether it's they need updating or the location's bad or, you know, they're falling down, which is always possible. They are staying on the market for a long time because people are going to buy other houses. You know, their dollar's going to go a little further, they're going to pay a little bit more. But unfortunately, what we don't want to necessarily have happen, and we might be seeing this in St. John as well, they're looking somewhere else entirely. They're looking in Lowell. They're going into Porter County. They're moving to Valpo because you can get to, you know, downtown Chicago down the Skyway just as easily as you can, possibly more easy than you can 41. So again, I don't think this is a big emergency or anything like that, but I think this is something we need to keep an eye on. Yeah, and of those active listings, like I said, there's 26. 10 of those are the condos and townhouses, only 4 of which are now under $220,000. So these condo owners are starting to get wise and want to cash in on this market, which they absolutely should do. But, you know, we're seeing that low end kind of come up. In terms of pending listings, so this is stuff that was for sale, found a buyer, hasn't closed yet. You know, again, they're doing home inspections or whatever. There are 47 pending listings in Schererville right now. The average price of them is $280,000. 26 of them, so more than half, way more than half, are condos and townhouses. Average days on market is 6 days. So the houses, you know, based on these actives that are pending towards 35 days, these other ones that have been on for 6 days, they're right location, the right house. Most importantly, they are priced well. So again, yeah, new construction pendings. There's, like I said, some of those townhomes are pending, and then there's some new construction in, I don't remember where it was, but I think it was in the east part of Schererville. I'm sorry, the west part of Schererville. 35 existing homes. And again, 21 single family and 26 condos and townhouses. So that is absolutely a growth market. That's not really what I mean, but that is absolutely something unique about Schererville and something that's going to give us an indication as we go forward, not just on the Schererville condo market or the Schererville market, but our market in total. Because again, if we start seeing these prices escalate to price more people out of the market, we may see longer days on market. We may see, you know, kind of a correction, I guess. I know that that has a specific meaning, but in the general meaning, a correction in the market. Because again, if these condos, if houses in any town become so expensive, people are not going to buy them anymore. So like I said, we'll keep an eye on that. My thing I'm most interested in, we'll talk about in the future to see what happens. If they start flipping these condos, that's going to have, a negative effect on the market because we need prices to stay reasonable. So that's really all I have in Schererville. Again, their markets, it tracks, like in St. John, we saw a little bit slower. Schererville, we're seeing a little bit slower. You know, it's summertime, people are going on vacation and stuff again. So, you know, that accounts for some of it. But we will definitely keep an eye on Schererville, particularly that condo market, to see how it's going, along with some of the other new construction in St. John, Winfield, all those different places. So if you live in Schererville, if you're thinking of moving to Schererville, I represent obviously both sellers and buyers. Give me a call or text me anytime, 219-765-2062. If you'd rather email me, that's fine, hsbyerica@gmail.com. You can always send me a direct message. You can, like I said, send me a text. Even if you just have questions, I'm pretty good about that. I'm not too pushy with things. So even if you're just thinking about it, not just on the seller side, but then the buyer side, where are you going to go as well, I can get you some numbers on that. Thanks for watching this. If you know somebody who lives in Schererville or is thinking about going there, please share this video with them. If you can like and subscribe to this video, I do these market updates every week. Next week, we'll actually be talking about Munster, giving you some market update to see, again, kind of an interesting place. Not a lot of new construction. construction and some really spectacular mid-century homes that are now starting to change hands, a lot of custom builds. So we'll see what the market's doing in Munster next week. I will see you on Thursday. One of my viewers actually asked that I cover the referral system. So if you live in, I don't know, China, and you want to move to Northwest Indiana, you can call me. There is a referral system in place. So I will cover that, basically how that works, the things that you should look for in a good referral agent. Thanks, guys, and I will see you Thursday. Hey guys, I'm glad you're enjoying my videos. If you have any questions about buying or selling, but I'm not in your area, I have connections to an international network of realtors who would be happy to help. Give me a call, text me anytime, 219-765-2062. I'll be happy to give you the name of a realtor in your area. Thanks.